Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. Joining us right now, the head football coach of the Marshall Mavericks. It's Alex Richter. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing very well. Coach Richters, thanks very much for coming on with us. I know it's been a tough start for the season for you with the Marshall Mavericks off to an 0-3 start, but talk a little bit about the first three ball games of the season and where your team is and the challenges you faced coming into the year.
Well, we knew coming in we were going to be a young football team. A lot of returners, lack of a lot of returners, trying to fill some positions in a short span of time. And then, of course, you've got a Kilgore and a Longview on your schedule who are both returning deep playoff runners with a lot of returners themselves. And then, Seabird is always a solid football team. So we knew our pre-district was going to be a tough road, but a good test for us as we were trying to work and find the pieces of the puzzle before we hit district run.
Now, I know you had a tough night against Longview on Friday night. Everybody has a tough night against Longview. When you go back, though, and you look at the film, you got to look at the things that you can build on. What are some things that you can build on from that football game?
Yeah, there was a lot of positives coming out of that game. Again, they're a very good football team, especially defensively, returning so many starters and just probably the best that I've seen in a long time. And, with that said, I felt like our kids offensively did some things better than we did the week before, being able to sustain some drives and getting some consecutive first downs early in the game, again, against a very good defense, and it's something we haven't been doing well right now. So a lot of positives there. Starting a very young quarterback. He had a great learning curve going on there, going against a defense that disguised their coverages and moved it around a lot. So, a lot of good positive things we brought out of that offensively. And then defensively, I felt like we did pretty good against the run. Again, against a very tough run offense there, and we got better in that area. Our only concerns is in our secondary right now, and that's something we're working on coming into White House, who's a team that likes to throw the ball a lot. So, we're getting a lot of good tests in the right areas right now before we hit district, and we are getting better, and we're keeping our kids' heads up, and they're keeping them up, and understand that it is a work in progress, and sooner or later it's going to click.
Well, I got to ask you, going back to your quarterback, you're playing a freshman quarterback right now, and that's unheard of on the 4A level, and I got to ask you about the reasoning for that and how he's doing in the midst of getting basically thrown in to learn how to swim just by being thrown off the pier.
All right, exactly. Well, this kid has shown tremendous promise all through 7-on-7, some of the things he did there. And, of course, I was always concerned once you get 11 guys out there around him and it's all the full actions going at him, how he would handle it. And he's done a very good job. He got good composure in the pocket. He is making freshman mistakes because he's a freshman. But he's taken some licks and gets right back up. And he's earned the confidence and the respect of his teammates in that respect. And, at any time we tell all our kids right now as we're trying to find the right fit, it's your job to lose. And right now he's taken the helm and done the best job at this time. So, that could change Friday night if things go south for him, or we'll throw the senior back in there and give him a shot to re-grasp the reins. But right now he's the man taking care of business. And like I said, it's tough to sit there going, I can't believe I'm starting a freshman in 4A football. But that is the case for the Mavericks right now, and it definitely will be the best thing down the road as he gains more experience.
His name is Justin Hart. Tell me about some of the things that he does well.
Well, he's a quick learner. He's very coachable. He'll take what you say, and then he tries to put it in place very quickly. He's got a great memory and a great passion for the offense. He loves to learn from his mistakes. He loves to compete, for a kid in that situation. Usually they're wide-eyed from the get-go, and he has not been. Like I said, he is standing in the pocket. He has taken some serious shots, but he's delivering the ball and, for the most part, putting where it needs to be. Again, we're trying to clean up his reading and understanding blitzes and where his hots are and things of that nature, but he's responded well every week and gets better every week as something new happens to him that, hasn't happened. And, again, he responds to it. Coach does a good job of getting him to understand where he's making mistakes, and he does a good job on field adjustments as well. So really excited about this kid for the future for the Mavericks, and just trying, like I said, trying to get him going before district gets here to be a solid part of this offense.
When you get down like you did against Kilgore and Longview, it has to be hard to try to establish an identity on offense because you're having to play catch-up so much. What do you think your identity on offense is right now?
Right now, I think we're still searching for it. We have a few runs that have been solid for the last couple of weeks, and again, with with Hart coming on and throwing the ball as well as he did, especially in that second half against the C.E. Bird, we have found some new things there that we're now working on and kind of building more around what Hart's capabilities and strengths are. So, that's still a work in progress. We have a few things we call our bread and butter right now, but still trying to find a few more things, call our staple to lean on and keep this offense a little more balanced as we move through the season.
And your defense this week goes up against a White House team that has Patrick Mahomes playing quarterback, and you've honestly got the Cantrell kid that's already committed to Texas Tech, but they've got so many weapons. Talk about the challenges and how you match up against them defense to offense.
Well, without a doubt, they're a good offensive unit, and they've proved it week in and week out watching them on film. You can see that they love to throw the ball a lot more than they run, but they're not afraid to run it as well. So, like I said, defensively, I felt like our front got better this past week against a very good Longview defense. We gave up just a few big plays here and there, and most of our big plays came in the passing category. But again, busting in coverages and things that our young kids have learned from, and coming into this week and understanding after watching film that we can't have those kind of mistakes this week, or White House will gash you and make you pay for it. And I feel like we match up with them real well. I really do. I don't think that at any one spot they're just that much more athletic than we are. So I think it's going to be a good ball game. If our kids will show up and do their responsibility and play like we know they're capable of, it'll be another great Friday night.
And the last thing, you mentioned it earlier, but you talked about keeping your kids' heads up right now, and that's tough to do when you get shut out against Kilgore and you get shut out against Longview in games that were pretty lopsided. Talk a little bit about the job you have to do as a coach to try to keep these guys going when the adversity strikes, and they are so young.
Well, and that's the key, is you got to temper your patience with them, because as a coach you can get very impatient when things are not being executed like they should be. And you love them through it. You ride them hard, you chew on them hard, but you love them through it and let them know that you still believe in them and you support them along the way. And our kids know that and believe that. Again, for instance, like I said, the Longview game, yeah, we were shut out, but we did score a touchdown. Most people said we weren't going to score a lick on them. We did score once, but it got brought back because of a penalty. So, you build on things like that to keep their attention on the positives as you work through fixing all the negatives. And the kids have responded well. I think the coaches have done a very good job of keeping us focused on the good things and keep building on our successes. And they are growing every week. It's little strides, and prayerfully the timing is going to be perfect when district hits.
At the same time, you got to try to educate your fan base too. How hard is that to do? You know how
very difficult, especially in Marshall. And, high expectations in football. I think a lot of fans understand that we are young, but still, everybody wants to win. Who doesn't want to win? It drives us coaching staff crazy. We're just as competitive as anybody else. But within that process, you just got to be realistic and stay focused on the positives and keep moving towards the direction that we want to go. And like I said, I really feel like we're moving that direction. We just got to be patient, and it's going to click sooner or later.
Well, Coach, we do appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I know better days are ahead, and it could happen this week. So best of luck to you, and thanks very much for talking to us. We look forward to doing your ball game on Friday night with White House. So thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Alex Richters, the head football coach of the Marshall Mavericks, on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.